Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Here's a preview today of what we're going to be making. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got this selection of cardstocks today. Particularly I'm using the smooth side of majority of the cardstocks, except for this one I'm going to actually use as the base of my card, which is the textured side. It's just a mix of Kaisercraft cardstocks and some other brands I can't remember. I've also got this white Heidi Swapp foil, which I'm going to use to outline those leaves. And in the next process, first, I'm actually going to show you, this is the layup that I'm sending to my Silhouette Cameo, and I'm just showing you not only my cut lines, but the registration that the Cameo can provide for a print and cut process, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm just making sure that I choose the right setting that I've already input into my plugin. And I actually chose a perfect setting because all of my cardstock cut really well. You'll see that in a moment. So these are the registration marks that I've printed that the plugin provides within my Adobe Illustrator software. I've run that on all 4 colors. And now you can see the Cameo in action. See a close up there of the cut line that it's doing. And it was such a clean cut, I popped them all out straight away. This lovely design, by the way, is from freepik.com. I find a lot of amazing designs on there, ready to use in Illustrator or another program you might have, such as Inkscape, that can open EPS or AI files. So it's a really good website for that. Okay, these are all of my leaves that have just been cut on my Cameo. As I said, they all cut really well. Really clean cut. I found the perfect colour of foil for my sentiment. This is also by Heidi Swapp. Complements all of the die cut leaves perfectly. I was really happy with that. You'll see that end result very soon. The next process is an important one because it shows you this font that I started with called Riot Squad, all sitting within my file in Illustrator, and how much I edited it to become the text that's on the card you'll see at the end. So I applied quite a heavy die line, outline I should say, before creating the die line for this. And I did the same thing for this greetings text as well, which is called Nightshade, I think. They complement each other quite well. I'm applying this heavy black because I'm also creating that die line right there that you can see that fine stroke. And I'll proceed to apply cut lines, or should I say registration marks, on this smaller canvas size that I have, because I had a scrap bit of paper that I thought I'll just use it up and run it through my Brother printer, my Brother laser printer, before running it through my Mink laminating machine. This is all an important part of the process because I actually had to create a custom page size, but then I know it's going to feed perfectly through the manual feed of the Brother laser printer. You can see that in the preview. Sometimes I do things about 4 times to double check that I've done everything. Yes, the important thing I chose just then was improving toner fixing. It lays down a nice even amount of toner onto the page, which means better foiling outcomes. And that's how they cut out. I won't be foiling the greetings part, I'm just foiling the autumn part. And all the leaves will be foiled in white. This is my large 12 by 12 inch carrier sheet by Heidi Swapp. I was fudging around for a while here, trying to make sure that I could fit everything and get everything folded at once in the one pass, and making sure I'd put down enough foil on top of everything as well. If you already own a hot foil press, hot foil machine that you use with your manual die cutter, and you have foil plates and want to use your sentiments, please do that. You can get the exact same outcome as what I have, and by using your metal dies to cut out all your leaves as well. I'm just doing this, and there's the reveal. I'm doing this by using toner ink and then running it through my Heidi Swapp laminator. There's a couple of areas that I'm just about to fix with my size 8 Jelly Roll pen, where the foil didn't quite adhere, but it cleans up really nicely with these pens. They're some of the best white rollerball pens on the market, I reckon. Okay, now we are putting the card together. I'll link all these foam dots down below, but they're by American Crafts. The only thing about them I found was that when you go to pull them off, they bring the base up of the paper with them, and you can see that where it's sitting off to the side, and sometimes that just got really annoying. But other than that, they're really good, and they've got a fair bit of depth to them, so they give a lot of dimension. I'm putting this main title down first, main sentiment. Just getting the alignment right of this first sentiment, making sure it's nice and straight in the center of the card, especially being the focal point of the card. I always take a long time lining up all of my elements onto a card. Slow yet fussy. And sometimes still it's not straight, but I'll know for next time. Please watch the remainder of the assembly of this card, and I'll come back and join you again very, very soon. Okay, now I'm just finalising the positioning of the sub-sentiment, the greetings sentiment. I only need a couple of pieces of foam on the back of this one so that it's the same height as the leaves that are already on the card, and a little bit of glue down just to hold them down on the leaves as well. I did realise I'd forgotten that little leaf on the left there, so I made sure that I stuck him down before I proceeded. Just cutting down all of the little stray edges of all those leaves overhanging the card base, so it's nice and neat. And you could just about leave the card like this if you really wanted to, because it's got a lot of colours going on already. I should have lined up the card in my score pal first so it was nice and neat, and eventually I did. Now for the fun part, adding all the bling. These little gems are just from AliExpress. I liked that when I found them I had so much variety in the colours. So I just found some select colours that complemented the card really well. I tossed up where to put down with these embellishment gems some liquid pearls. I have that little bottle of liquid pearls there in that nice sort of coppery, goldy orange colour, but I realised that I didn't need it. Tried putting a little gem on the tittle of the eye on the greetings as well, you would have seen, but realised it looked a little bit odd, so I took it off again. But as the gems go down, they do tend to bring out the main design just that little bit more because of the variation in the colours that I've used. And our card's nearly done. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I would love if you would. And if you have any questions or comments about anything regarding this card today, please drop it down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.